Now where are my 5 Nights for Freddy fans at? Because I have some big news to share with you in this Bonnie collectible right here. Now I was at my local game shop when I passed by this monstrosity of an animatronic of Bonnie here, and I just couldn't pass it up and had to show you all. So let's find out if this 5 Nights at Freddy collectible from Funko of Bonnie is worth getting, or is it a big flop? Man, I can't believe how big the packaging is for this 5 Nights at Freddy figure. But let's go ahead and check out some of the details. We got Freddy up there. We got the 5 Nights at Freddy right there. We got Bonnie right here, and you can just see how big it is, which is just massive. Bonnie's name, showcasing as posable joints. This is actually by Funko, as you can see. All right, flipping off to the side. A picture of Bonnie right here, just giving you dead eyes. Creepy. The other side, really nothing much. Pretty plain Jane. And on the back, the 5 Nights at Freddy's, as well as the characters you can collect at this size. Again, you can get Freddy and you can get Bonnie. Turning it to the bottom, and you can just see some of the toy jargon in case you're interested. Now let's get Bonnie out of this box. Now we're not here for boxes. For the head here, nice 360 around, side to side action, up and down, really good. Great mobility all throughout. Right here, the mouth opens and closes really nicely. Nothing here at the ears, nothing here at the eyes. Shoulders, great T-motion as you can see. Excellent. Spins around, good 360. Elbows, right about there, a little bit limited due to the sculpt right here. The forearm spins around quite nicely, very smooth there. At the wrist, not too bad, a little stiff, but that's really good. Nothing inwards or outwards, so that's kind of stationary. Nothing here at the torso area. That's all that. As for the legs, it's got a little bit of a locking kind of a ball joint, as you can hear. That's going to be the splits, as you can see. As for the legs, kick forward, kick back. There we go. That's about it right there. Not too much of there. Knees, that's how it bends right there. Again, the sculpt gives you some restrictions. Right there at the ball joint, it does spin around, as you can see. Feet, nothing downwards, nothing upwards, but the feet do spin around at a 360. So it does have some articulation, not a whole lot that you would find in a modern day action figure, but it's at least something for this 5 Nights at Freddy's collectible. And this 5 Nights by Freddy collectible is freakishly tall at 15 inches, dwarfing any of your 6 and 7 inch scale action figures. Heck, the electric guitar accessory itself is 9.5 inches, which is still taller than most of my action figures. Now for the details on this massive murderous animatronic. The overall color scheme on Bonnie is purple when it comes to this particular collectible, with light purple on the inner fur as well as the inner ears, and a medium purple throughout on her outer fur, even with the furry little cottontail. But I think in the video game, this animatronic was more indigo, more of a dark blue, if I'm not mistaken. Now, as for the eyes, we have that black circular thing going on, very raccoon-like style eyes, with a purple iris. I can't remember if that's true in the video game or if they were red. Let me know in the comments below if you do know what Bonnie's eyes are supposed to be color-wise. Got a black bunny nose right here. The mouth, white teeth, all molar kind of a style, no fangs, no nothing, so chomp chomp. The nice little red bow tie. And then again, with the fur aspect, as you can see, it does have a texture, very kind of an orange pill-like texture to mimic the fur that they would use for the animatronics. One thing that I do like is, with these ball joints, they did try to match kind of that color purple right here with that inner fur, so it's not like a bright white like these teeth and just kind of seem mismatched. Very simplistic hands, as you can see, 4 fingers, just like the animatronic would be. Same with the feet right here, nice little 3-toe dill. As for the feet on the bottom, that purple color motif. No peg holes for a display stand, so hopefully the bounce is going to work out really good. I love the fact that the ears are the animatronics, that segmented animatronic style, though I really wish we could have moved these. They have nothing except a little bit of softness right here that you just kind of clicking together, but they don't move, so you can't move them side to side or turn them around. But the overall look for Bonnie based on the video game is pretty decent. I do like the fact that they gave you Bonnie's guitar that it plays. Striking red, that little white portion right up here. Got 4 strings here, the tuners right up there. It's actually a really nice piece. Wish there was some more details on the back, but I mean, that's okay. But the front is really nice for this collectible. Now, there's only two really good things about this Bonnie Five Nights from Freddy figure. First off, you get the novelty of the big size, which is kind of cool to have, especially if you're a massive Five Nights at Freddy's fan. And I do have to say, because of its size, it would really be a standout piece. Now, I have to say, Funko did a really good job on the sculpt. Now, it's not super detailed as you would get in a collectible action figure, but something based on a horror animatronic, they did a spot-on job, and it really looks video game accurate. Outside of the coloring, if you feel like Bonnie needed to be indigo versus purple. Outside of that, this collectible does have some issues. First off, you're really not going to get too much dynamic posing, mainly due to the joint articulation. There's a lot of restriction in this figure, some of it being due to the sculpt, a lot of it being due to the weight of the figure, top heavy. You're not really going to get any bent over poses, it's just going to fall over. And the biggest issue that I had with it is some of the joints are really weak. A lot of that's due to the weight, but surprisingly, I did not expect that in the arms when trying to pose Bonnie with a guitar. I really thought it had the strength to do it. That guitar just kept drooping downwards every time I put it in its hands. So having that cool playing the guitar pose was pretty much out of the question. And I have to say, trying to do any kind of stepping, walking, running pose on this figure really did not turn out very well. I was surprised I actually got the one that I was able to do, but even that was very tricky and this thing just kept falling over constantly. So I kind of gave up doing that. And this Bonnie action figure, especially at this size, you pretty much want to just have it standing straight up. Which just kind of goes to show you, bigger is not always better when it comes to collectibles. So, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this Five Nights at Freddy collectible Bonnie? Is it worth getting to showcase your fandom for? Or is it too big to fit on your shelf and you prefer the smaller action figures? Let me know in the comments below. Again, I think it's a really cool piece. It's got that great big novelty, but it might just be that. That's just me personally. I have to say, it's a great big novelty piece for a Five Nights at Freddy fan. But for me, I kind of preferred a little bit more posability with this action figure. But that's just my opinion. Again, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're a Five Nights at Freddy fan, you just might be a horror fan as well, and you're probably going to enjoy checking out these horror action figures right here that I've reviewed here on Nerdmazing. Go ahead and give one a click now.